trolleys are assembled. The trolleys are put onto the cross girder. All these activities are carried out while the cross girder is still on the ground, but it has to be brought up to a level about 100 meters above ground. How can this be accomplished with 4,000 tons of steel? This graphic shows the lifting process that will also be carried out using Mammoth's heavy lifting technology. The cross girder will be lifted hydraulically between these 4 lifting towers. The lifting towers are erected around the cross girder, one in each corner. Eight heavy-duty hydraulic cylinders like this one will be mounted at the top of the lifting towers. These are the braided cables from which the crane will be suspended during the lifting. Variable ties still need to be attached to secure the girder against treacherous wind speeds during the production. Preparation of Mammoth's computer system for controlling all parameters during the lifting process. The first lift of the cross girder takes place on March the 1st, 2001. The entire cross girder, weighing some 4,000 tons, is now suspended by the 8 braided cables. Discussing the next lift. Particular attention must be paid to synchronous lifting of the pier legs, as well as the bolted joint that has to be closed afterwards. Work continues day and night. The mounting of the elements for the elevator that the crane operator will later use to get to what is indisputably the highest workplace, 100 meters up. Again, the 4,000 tons are making good progress on their way skywards. The shear leg is given its final coat of paint, and final preparations take place on the main travel gear so that it can be later bolted together with the shear leg. Moving upwards again. Now the shear leg is erected, one of the last major steps in the erection process of the Goliath crane. What a glorious day. Only about 14 months after the contract was awarded, the crane is standing entirely on its own feet. An impressive sight.
we can speak then, but I want to check up what for it.
After successful performance in all tests, the crane is inaugurated on May the 4th, 2001, exactly 17 months after the disaster that struck on that Black Friday in December 1999.
Ja, okay, vi løfter.
When the crane that was in this yard that simply could not tumble, it had served well and faultlessly for 30 years, did tumble, it looked like a calamity for the shipyard and for its clients. But necessity is the mother of invention, and the yard, assisted by Mammoth, found ways to overcome the difficulties, and the delay in the building program was confined to about 2 months.
The crane drivers are very satisfied with the efficiency and smooth functioning of the new crane.
Jeg er lidt handicappet, for jeg har ikke min kikkert mere.
Invisible from the outside, there is a myriad of electrical and electronic control devices inside the cross girder. Here, the most modern process control computers carry out their precise and reliable work, controlling the crane, its travelling gear, trolleys and hoists. "70,000 meters of electrical cable with a total weight of 120,000 kilograms has been installed here to connect more than 100 motors and drives. 4 megawatts of electricity are needed to run the crane, an amount that would be enough for 2,000 families in Odense to cook their evening meal. "5,000 tons of crane weight plus 1,000 tons of load have to be moved back and forth, up and down. A very important feature of this crane is its capability of turning complete blocks weighing up to 600 tons each in mid-air. But even these enormous loads can be positioned with millimeter precision. The crane's travelling gears, trolleys and hoists enable an absolutely exact positioning of the blocks on the hull of the new building where they will fit the welding lines exactly. Now, 18 months after the terrible accident of December 1999, the shipyard has once again reached its full production capacity. Block after block is lifted to the new building, by our efficient and effective gantry crane. Even the mounting of a complete 800-ton deck house goes smoothly and looks easy. And only a few days later, the building dock can be flooded and the first new building accomplished with the new gantry crane enters its element. Today, we will celebrate the name-giving of this new ship. The captain, officers and crew have arrived, and friends and guests of the shipyard have assembled to take part in the ceremony.
Guests, today Mrs. Kirsten Rausing honors the owners and the shipyard by giving name to our new building number 174.
I wish her and all who sailing her safety, happiness and prosperity on the seven seas.
Hip hip hip! Hip hip hip! Hip hip hip!
A proud new ship will soon sail the seven seas, bearing witness to the quality of our shipyard. And a last farewell is sent from the bridge to the gantry crane that stands there, inviting new orders, with its colours that associated with the surrounding elements, water, sky and earth. Now it's time to say goodbye to Lexa Maersk. But the melancholy felt by the yard workers as they watch her leaving is short-lived, because the gantry crane is already picking up the next blocks for another new building that is already underway. And the next new building is under full construction below the crane. This huge crane, a new impressive landmark on the island of Fyn. A landmark that marks the heart of Denmark's shipbuilding at Odense Steel Shipyard Limited. A landmark for the future.